Hey, what's going on, people? It is your boy again, KQKC Boxing. First, I want to give a shout out to the LDBC. Good group of guys who has showed me support from the beginning to now. So I'm always going to give them a shout out. Now, I just wanted to see how many think that Jermall Charlo would be better off with Triple G or Canelo. Now, my personal opinion is that he would be better off with Canelo. Why? Because Triple G hits hard. Sure, he lost 2 fights to Canelo. Yeah, there's no problem with that because he was the more technical fighter, in my opinion. But Triple G does hit hard if he catches you. Now, he prefer for you to stand there and pretty much box with him. But Charlo is a little bit smarter than that. He's not going to stand there and sit there and box with you. He's just not going to do that. He's just not that type of a fighter. You know, he's more of a technical style fighter who pretty much will do what he can, you know, and he has a jab out this world. Now, if you fought Triple G, let's just start with Triple G. If you start with Triple G, for one, he's going to start with the jab. We all know Triple G, he comes forward. Always. Except when he fought Canelo on that second fight. See, that second fight, he didn't come forward. On that second fight, he backed back. And as much as I hate to admit, but as I always say, this is an unbiased channel, Roy Jones was correct. You know, when you steady telling your opponent, unless you're trying to psych him out, but when you steady telling your opponent that, hey, look, we're going to fight toe-to-toe. You're not going to back me up. I do the backing up. You know, and he was forceful with that. You know, he meant those words. And Canelo made him eat those words. Why? Because Canelo was more aggressive. He was more meaner. He had a chip on his shoulder. And he wasn't fucking around. At the second fight, no. He didn't want to leave it up to the judges. No, he did not. So he did not take a step back like before. They said he was running. You know, I don't believe in running. You know, I believe in ring generalship. That's what I believe in. And if you have that type of finesse, that type of athletic ability, then so be it. Go for it. Do it. But keep in mind, if you're going to do that, if you're going to use your ring generalship, you better start hitting while you're moving. Because just moving from side to side and not doing anything is not going to do any good. You're not going to score any points. You might get a point here or there just for the ring generalship. That's it. If you get that. Let's take Mikey Garcia when he fought Robert Easter Jr. When he fought Robert Easter Jr., you know what he did? Robert Easter Jr. was back and back, okay? All right, he was moving back, and for some strange reason, he was moving back towards his left, right in arm's way of Mikey's right hand. Now, why did he do that? I don't know. But you can see how he wasn't balanced because every time he would back, move to the side, his left side, of course, he always seemed to either tangle his feet up or get out of position. And that was designed by Mikey Garcia. See, Mikey Garcia picked up on that. He picked up on that from round 1 and round 2. Because it took Mikey Garcia, I would say, a good almost 2 minutes to throw a punch. Why? Because he's not a rush fighter. He takes his time. First of all, to see where the punches are coming from, to see exactly what he's bringing to the table, and see what he can do to counter attack. In other words, how can he counter punch him? But first, you got to find your distance. And Robert Easter Jr. had a hard time finding his distance. You know, Mikey, he throws a jab, and of course his arm was shorter than Robert Easter Jr. And Robert Easter Jr. had a nice jab. You know, I can't take that away from him because he had a great jab. Only thing about it was he didn't use it enough. Matter of fact, he didn't let none of his hands go enough. Now, once he got that knockdown, I can see the worry. And matter of fact, you know what? Scratch that. Before the fight and before the first bell rung. All right? Now, you know how the referees read the instructions. Okay, everybody say, okay, have a good fight. Boom. All right. Now, let's get it rolling. Okay? Referee said, you ready? You ready? Now, I looked over at Robert Easter Jr. You ought to see the look on his face. Go back and look at the tape on YouTube or wherever and look at the expression on Robert Easter Jr. face. He looked like a defeated fighter already. See, Floyd Mayweather was good at that. He can defeat you before you even get in the ring. By words, by talent, by his record. You'll find yourself, if you're not careful, watching Floyd Mayweather. A lot of opponents at that time were watching more of Floyd Mayweather than they was punching. And wow, that amazes me. Now, that was then, not now, because he's an asshole now. But back then, you know, you'll find fighters, you know, pretty much looking at me in awe. Well, with Robert Easter Jr., he was looking at Mikey like, you know, I'm going to fight this 3 times champ, 3-division champ, an undefeated fighter who just got through whooping my boy ass. Now, I got to see what's so special about this guy. And he was looking worried. Then the bell rung, then he went out there and he established that jab. He was trying to get off to a fast start. And I knew what the game plan was. He wanted to get off to a fast start and work that body because that's all he was trying to go to, the body. Up and down, up and down, up and down. And I know his father probably was telling him that, you know. But and that's another thing I didn't like. I didn't like his corner. Sure, I understand that's his father. I understand his father is pretty much his trainer, whatever. But they brought Coach Cunningham in for a reason. Coach Cunningham, he's supposed to be under the tutelage of Coach Cunningham. But it seemed like his father was doing all the talking. Cunningham was outside the ring trying to get his attention by tapping him on the shoulder. You know, you can't win like that. I'm sorry, but Dad, you got to sit your ass down and let Junior listen to his coach and trainer. Let his trainer get in there. Let his trainer do all that. Now, true enough, you cannot change a fighter in one training camp. Maybe you can just, like they say, tweak a lot of good things and good qualities that he has. So that's what I'm trying to say. See, Robert Easter Jr., he didn't get a chance to really show the crowd what he had in LA. You know, like I say, you know, Dad step out the way and let Coach Cunningham come in there and give instructions. Because Coach Cunningham can't change the fighter in one training camp. But he can tweak that jab, which he did, because Robert Easter Jr. was throwing that jab the first 2 rounds. And he was snapping Mikey's head back. But then Mikey, he wasn't thrown in the first round. Matter of fact, he got thrown almost 3-1. But that's the difference in a balanced, good fighter than a fighter that was defeated before the fight started. I mean, I wish I could show you right now how Robert Easter Jr. was looking when what's going on, Kurt? Man, glad you're chiming in, man. Just talking about Robert Easter Jr. Well, I'm talking about pretty much the Charlo, everybody. But I was saying that Robert Easter Jr. He was defeated to me before the bell even rung to fight Mikey Garcia. If you can just look at the expression on his face, it was a worried expression. And I'm pretty good at telling a person moved by their facial expression. And he was worried. I don't know what he was worried about. I don't know why, you know, because Mikey whooped his boy ass, or he's a 3-time division winner, or what's so special about this guy I'm finna fight. I mean, it seemed like he was just defeated. Then once he got in there, he worked that jab. He established that jab, but for some reason, I do not know why he was keep moving to his left, right into Mikey's right hand. You know, I just didn't get that, you know, and he was tripping on his own feet at the same time, because when he was trying to move and cut the corners, he wasn't cutting the right because Mikey was cutting off the ring. So Mikey saw that and he capitalized on it. See, that's the difference in a person or a fighter with good balance and a fighter that doesn't have good balance. See, Robert Easter Jr., he was nervous as hell. I don't care what nobody says. You're on a big stage. You're making a lot of money. You going to a unification fight. I mean, you know, that's the biggest he can be. Then, on top of that, he got a knockdown. Okay? Mikey, like I said, he's committed to his punches. He has great balance. He hit him with the right. Now, he held his position and he cocked him with a left. All fighters can't do that. They would have left it with the right, and that was it. But when you hold your position, when you have good position, you're able to move your left hand to without even stepping away. Hit him with the right, then finished up with that left. That's what I call boxing. That's what I call technical boxing. Now, can he sustain a Earl Spence? Matter of fact, could he sustain a Linares? I don't know. See, only fault I see in Mikey Garcia is he's short. That's the only thing. See, Robbie Easter Jr., he did have a long reach. He did snap Mikey Garcia's head back many times. But the key is, Mikey thought of a way. See, you got to be a thinker too. Sure, you can hit all day long, but you got to be a thinker. And what happened with that thinking? Mikey found out a way to get in. Why? Because his thinking was, if I can go in there, throw a couple feints, let him bite off of it. He swing wild anyway, and he swing wild on wide. Then every time he swing wide with the left, Mike can get in and cold cock. Simple. That's why Coach Cunningham was trying to tell him, close your shots up, What's up, Marcus, man? Salute, brother. Salute to you, man. And glad you're here, man. But yeah, so that's how that fight went. Now, the question is, I'm gonna move on real fast. The question is, who is the better fighter for Charlo or Jermall? Triple G or Canelo? Now, me personally, I say Canelo. Why? Because Canelo has slow feet. Well, Triple G does too. But he can out finesse Canelo. I think he can. I think he can beat him. See, regardless of what anyone says, Triple G still hits hard. Oh, he still hits hard. He still sit down on his punches, on every punch. If he catch Charlo, it's night-night. Now, I don't know how great his chin is because he never got hit really, really flush by a really, really hard hitter. But I think he can outmaneuver. He's more athletic than Canelo. I really believe that. He's taller and he's muscular. Well, Canelo is too, but Canelo hits hard too. But I just don't see the attributes of a Canelo versus a Charlo. Neither one of them. But I see Triple G cutting off the ring and swinging and swinging and swinging. That's what I see, And I don't see Charlo going over to the zone unless it's a one-fight deal. Only one fight to make that money. Matter of fact, I don't know, Al Heyman might say, look, I'm your advisor. I'm not your promoter. You know what? I say go ahead and take the money and make it a one-fight deal. Let me look at the contract before y'all get the ball rolling. I really believe that. Now, would it happen? I don't know. I really don't know. But I wouldn't do that. Why? They still got the money. Because Eddie Hearn came out his mouth and said he need both Charlos and Mikey Garcia to make the zone happy. Because they want those two and more. But it's not going to happen like that. And Floyd's not going to let Gervonta Davis go like that on his contract, even though Eddie offered to buy him out. But who knows what the future may hold? The way Floyd is, and who knows, he might be going broke, he might not, I don't know. But never know. He might let him out his contract if he wants to. But they so wishy-washy over there, I don't know. I don't know what's going through Tank mind. I don't know what's going through Adrian Broner mind. Now, Adrian Broner and Manny Pacquiao, let me move to them real fast. Now, Manny Pacquiao got a lot to prove. He has a whole lot to prove. Now, I know he has some issues with Texas and this and that, but I'm talking about his fight game, not his financial game, his fight game. Now, I can't really tell exactly what kind of Pacquiao we got today. Because Lucas Matisse, he didn't want to be there. And that's the truth. That's quote, motherfucking quote, he said. And he retired no longer after that fight. Now, does Manny Pacquiao still have the moves? Still have the combinations? Yes. But does he have the endurance? Can he go 12? Can he go 10? Can he go 8 without breathing hard against a young, ain't got nothing to lose, Adrian Broner? Because Adrian Broner, this better be his best training camp, because this is a do or die. It is a do or die fight. Now, the reason why Al Heyman hold it on to him, I don't know. But I would have been got rid of him a long time ago. Not because of his fighting abilities. That's part of it, because he's not the same Broner that he used to be. I remember he had a fight with DeMarco. I keep saying this. That was one of the best fights I ever seen him fight. Then Emmanuel Taylor. He fought like he's supposed to fight. Kept his guard up, stood there toe-to-toe, and they were swinging. And he had a knockdown in the last round, just like he did Sean Porter. But what he was doing with Mikey Garcia, I don't know. All I know, he was just moving around. But see, when you move around, okay, that's good ring generalship. I don't call it running. But you got to hit while you do that. That's what Robert Easter Jr. father was trying to tell him. Okay, good, you're moving. Okay, good. But while you're moving, you got to swing. You got to give him something. Or you just wasted that round. That's all it is. So, will Adrian Broner show up? Or will the B Adrian Broner show up? I don't know. All I know, he had a draw with Jesse Vargas. I mean, that's not the Adrian Broner I used to know. Now, call me silly, call me crazy, but, you know, I really believe that fight with Marcos Maidana really took something out of him. Not physically, mentally. And for some reason, he continued on a downward spiral outside the ring. You know, we all know about the Walmart thing. We already know about filling on the girl behind her, even Noah. We know about Cole Cock, the guy out there on the strip in Las Vegas. You know, the car getting shot up. I mean, a lot of things was happening to him mentally. He's talking about killing himself. Talking about fuck his mama, and daddy, and baby mama, everything. You know, he went through some mental issues. I really believe that. And now I think it went to his boxing skills, because for some reason he just won't let his hands go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Kurt. Yeah. He. I don't know. He just won't let his hands go, and I really believe, you know, it took a lot out of him, you know, and I don't know what it was. Is it their embarrassment? You know, he got a loss on his record. I don't know. But everybody, I mean, he was right when he posted that on the internet. You know, the best fighters lose. You know, Muhammad Ali lost, but he was one of the he was the best fighter, you know, in any generation, in my opinion. But, you know, sometimes you gotta pull yourself up, get yourself together. He made a good move by getting away from Stafford, because he treated Stafford like a bald-headed stepchild. I'm gonna be honest with you. What you say, Marcus? AB started showing slight signs of slippage because he was getting hit often by Paulie, who has no power. You're right. You know, Paulie had bad hands. That's why he only had what, 7 KOs lifetime. You know, his whole career, he had bad hands. And Paulie gave him a hell of a fight. And he must have been the best thing since sliced bread. He must have been still in his prime. He still is in his prime if you really look at it. He ain't even 30 yet, if I'm not mistaken. So then after that, he get chances after chances after chances after chances, you know, and that's Al Heyman. You know, I don't know he owe Al Heyman anything. I don't know what Al Heyman done for him, but he's very loyal to him. I know that because he turned down money from Eddie Hearn, which was 3 years, 2 point something a fight. For 3 fights, 6 fights, I don't know. But Rock Nation, yeah, he made a good choice there because they offered him way more, but they folded. So he made a good decision there. But Marlon said at 130, 135, AB was a beast who could walk down opponents. But AB should have maintained discipline to stay at those weights before jumping to 147. You got that right. You hit that right on the head, Marcus, because you're right. At 130, 135, he was a beast. You know, he would walk you down, and he had that way of throwing that right hand. He'd put it out there, but then he'd let it go some more and attack you, you know. And then he'll work that body. You know how he just swing it real short and quick, but attack that body, you know. And he wasn't too much emulating Floyd too much at that time. He was trying because everybody was in his ear talking about, oh, you're going to take Floyd, you know, the naysayers and all the people that love, you know. But, yeah, you're right, Curtis. Heyman loves Berto and Roman because if I'm not mistaken, Berto was one of Al Heyman's first fighters that he signed because Berto looked at him like a second father, you know. Leo Santa Cruz too, you know. Yeah, that's, you know, speaking of Leo Santa Cruz, you know, that's one fight I've been asking for. I've been asking people opinion about. I would like to see him and Gary Russell Jr. in there. You know, you got supposedly the fastest hands in boxing versus the man that throws the most punches per round. You know, I would love to see that fight. And for some reason, Gary, he wants to fight, but Leo Santa Cruz don't want. Why? You know, I can't figure that out. You know, why? And he talking about a third fight with Abner Mares. Now, this was a while back. But then he got away from that. But, you know, I can't see why Leo can't fight Gary Russell Jr. Because guess what Gary Russell Jr. said? If he can't land that fight, he's going to move up. You know, I just didn't understand that. You know, and that shows you how boxing goes. And this is not funny, but again, it is funny. Gary Russell Jr. Now, he's a great fighter, fast hands, but he only fight once a year, and that's by his choice. That's not by design. That's by his choice. He feels that his body can recuperate efficiently, and he'd be ready to fight the next following year. Now, if $1 million, whatever he's getting, is good enough for him, then that's on him. But when he fought Jojo Diaz, that guy was ripping that body. And it did not faze him. Matter of fact, that was one of the best fights I've seen Gary Russell Jr. fight. He didn't get nobody out of there in the first, second round. I mean, he was boxing. You know, he was boxing and moving. You know, he wasn't trying to run from the man. He stood there and boxed with him. And this is funny how boxing goes. This is what I'm talking about. Jojo Diaz just had a fight not less than a month ago in a ballroom bar. How'd that happen? What happened? He was fighting while people was dancing and having drinks. I mean, what the hell happened? What did they do? Kick him to the curb? Or I mean, what happened? You don't have a promoter or what? He was doing great. I don't understand that. When you say, Mark, Kurt Anderson, I told my friend that Heyman gave Berto that Floyd fight because of the loyalty, and Berto was supposed to receive the torch from Floyd until he started to lose. Well, yeah. Berto, Berto was a hell of a fighter in his younger days. When he came out, he used to be a champ too. He was a fighting Haitian, and I don't know what happened. He's tough too. He had fought with one shoulder dislocated. What happened? I don't know. I think the way his feet, he's slew-footed, and the way he moves on his feet, it's kind of awkward because the way his feet goes out. Slew-foot. You walk with like a duck, and that's how he walks. And he's short too, but he can fight. He had short guys for some reason. They lift weights. The weights go straight to their body and they be buff in no time. I had a brother-in-law like that. He's short and lift weights a week and he buffed up. Little guys, like that. But yeah, you're right. You're right. That what happened. He gave fight that's correct. Yep. Because everybody was wondering, why Berto? Why was your last fight? Supposedly, that must have been the last fight. Why would you choose Berto and not nobody else? Matter of fact, I think he said Kareem Mayfield one time or another. And then come to find out, hey, that's Al Heyman boy. So there you go. And you know what? Berto was trying to give him that work too. Floyd, he was dodging and running. Hey, ain't no way. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Floyd, if Berto would have stood there and fought with Floyd, and Floyd would have stood there, Berto would have got the best of Floyd. Floyd slowed down a lot. Berto slowed down a lot, but he wasn't that slow. That he couldn't catch Floyd. So, it is what it is. But all I wanted to do is, just trying to figure out this Charlo, Canelo, and Triple G. Like I said, Charlo been a mandatory to Triple G, going on 2 years since 2017, and they ain't done nothing about it. Abel Sanchez said, "I wish you luck against Willie Monroe," because Triple G fought Willie Monroe. But I'm gonna tell you, no fighter better not look past another fighter. No sirree. But in order to catch a belt, does Charlo have to go to the zone to fight him? Because for some reason, I don't know if everybody's contract is like that or not, but the zone stipulates that if they have a fight, the fight have to be on the zone. Have to be on that app. Now, Is that fair? Or should it go to a purse bid? I would think it would be a purse bid. Would you say, I wish these fighters today could go to war like Durant and Barkley? Yeah, that was a low-key slap-on classic battle. You're right. You're right. Man, I remember, and it's not been too long, let him rest in peace, Castillo and uh, what Floyd beat. I can't think of his name. Tall brother, but he fights. He's tall, but he fights inside to Diego Corrales. I'm sorry, Corrales and Castillo. Yeah, you're right, Marcus Corrales. Uh, yeah, Diego Corrales. Him and Castillo. That was a war. That fight was a war. That was a great fight. Both was good and hard punches. Castillo went down, twice? I think 3 times. Threw out his mouthpiece. Smart brother. And he took the point, whatever, because he knew he needed a knockdown. He knew that. So he mustered up all his might. And man, did he flatten Castillo on the ropes. And his head was like a rag doll. His face was so black and blue on one side that the referee had to step in and stop it. Now, Corrales, he was celebrating. He couldn't see shit, but he was celebrating. He was celebrating, man. Yes, sir. So, I mean, yeah, that's what I call fighters. Leave it all in the ring. The best fighting the best. Leave it all in the ring. You know, they weren't worried about money. You know, they wasn't worried about money. They wanted to fight each other. They wanted to see who was the best. They didn't try to stall the fight for 5 years. They didn't try to do none of that stuff. Ain't nobody tried to do none of that stuff until the early 90s or the late 90s. Now, we have to wish that the money is right in order for us to see the fight. You know, that what just gets me. You know, we got to do that in order to see the fight. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So that's what we got to do. And it's a damn shame. We got to sit there and hope and pray that this fight happens next year or the year after. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be around. You know, my father has cancer. I don't know if he's going to be around. He might get in worse shape than ever. And I might have to take care of him and, you know, miss out on anything. You know, Juan Manuel Marquez always came on stronger to finish his opponents after he got up from a knockdown. You're right. You know, it seemed like when Marquez, he had a little brother too, that was pretty good too. And Marquez, he would get knocked down, no problem, you know, but he would get up and he would give it his all, you know. I think when he fought Floyd, when Floyd came back, I think Floyd was just a little bit too big for him because Floyd did put on some weight. But he will give his all. That's one thing about him. You know, he get knocked down. So he knows that, okay, you know what? No, forget this. You know, I'm going after him. And he can box. A lot of people don't think that. But he can box. You know, he's a promoter now. And he can box. Miguel Cotto, he's a promoter now. You know, but Marquez, he has a brother that can box too. You know, I mean, they are some boxing brothers. You know, Rafael Marquez, that's his name. he had I think it was a trilogy. Yeah, it was a trilogy with the other come on, help me out, Curtis. Raphael was fighting what's the other guy name? They had a trilogy, actually. Because I think Marquez won one, he won two, if I'm not mistaken. But they were slugging. I mean, they put their heads together, dip down backwards. That's right. Cause he broke his nose. That's right. Backwards. Very good, Curtis. Man, Curtis, Marcus. Okay. Yes, sir. Backwards. Man, y'all on the point tonight. Yeah, Banquez. That was his name. And I'm talking about, man, them boys, that's boxing. See, I enjoy fights like that. You know, no, I don't want nobody to get hurt. I don't want no bodies going dragged out the ring. But, I want to see fights. They won't think about no money. They wanted to see who's the best. They actually fought 5 times. There you go. I think Manny Pacquiao and Marquez, they fought what, 3, 4 times? That last time, shoot. Pacquiao got knocked out cold. I mean, knocked out cold. But you know what? That didn't take nothing out of him. It did not take not one iota out of him. Oh yeah, both did receive a lot of damage from the wars. See, that's one thing about it. What you say, Kirk? 4 times? Okay. You know what? When you fight hard like that, it might be good for the sport. It might be good for the spectators like me. And but to be honest, he's right. It put a lot of damage on the fighter, and it shortens the fighter's career. It does. It shortens the fighter's career, and that it's a shame. That's what Floyd's father and uncle try to instill in him. The less you get hit, the longer you stay around. Which I mean, in common sense, yeah, that's right. But if you're taking a beating every time you go in the ring, if you get cut every time you go in the ring, you're losing scar tissue. So what that means is you're gonna heal. When they stitch you up and everything, you're gonna heal, but it's gonna be very little scar tissue there. So that means that you easily get cut. So, but yeah, Kurt is right. It was 4. Yeah, I mean, still, 4 fights, same guy, fighting the same way. It still takes a lot out of you, man. But those are entertaining fights. Those are Mexican style fights. And that's what Triple G want to fight, right? Mexican style fight. But if you fight Charlo, he ain't gonna get that type of fight. No sirree. No sir. Charlo is not gonna stand there on the line and go toe to toe with Triple G. Now, Charlo, he's a good fighter. I like him, but it's no way he can win. He's in shape. I mean, way. I did a video on that. He's in shape, 30 days out? But he cannot take a flush hit from Triple G. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care what type of shape you're in. You're not going to sit there and go toe to toe. I'm sorry. You're just not. You better move your ass around and score the best way you know how. Now, when one of the child was fighting J-Rock, J-Rock was getting the best of them until he got caught with that uppercut. It's in one of my intros on my video. When J-Rock got hit with that uppercut, it was all over. But up to that point, Charlo was losing. Well, I had him losing. Yeah, what they had, I don't know. But I had him losing. I had him down 1 round because J Rock was scoring. He was boxing. He really was boxing him. And I think he hit him with a good shot, and then he grabbed him and pushed him towards the rope. So Michael Pettis was in a battle with this Asian boxer that caused him bleeding in the brain. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Hey, Deontay Wilder's right. These fighters are putting their life on the line, man. And anything can happen. Like, that's his worstest fear. He will say that's his worstest fear. Going, knocking somebody out. They all right now. But let's say 3 months down the line, they pass out. Why? Hemorrhaging at the brain. What caused that? He's a fighter. He got knocked out 3 months ago. Okay, that started it all. The brain, the cranium is not meant to be hit like that, especially that many times. Because either you're going to be lucky or you're going to be unlucky. You got some fighters that come out and have brilliant careers. Floyd, he fought what? He fought a defensive career, put it that way. He came out with all his faculties. But now I think he's losing his goddamn mind. That's what I think. But who knows? But his uncle, Roger Mayweather, he was the Black Mamba. And the Black Mamba was throwing Mexicans and hitting them out the ring. And now Roger has Alzheimer's. Floyd has 24-hour care for him. He was lost for a day. They had to go find him. And that's sad because Roger was a good fighter and a good trainer. He brought Floyd out to Las Vegas because Floyd's father was in jail. So he told Floyd, look, you come on out to Las Vegas and we get you some good sparring. We get you, and Floyd been there ever since. So, yeah, boxing is not for the faint of heart. I'm going to tell you. It's a great sport. I love it, and, I don't know. That's why I like Kurt Anderson so much. He give you the old school type boxing, things that, see, I'm only 51 and I should know about these fighters back then. But, when I was younger, me and my dad in Chicago, we used to go to this place called the amphitheater. And the amphitheater was more like closed circuit, but it was like closed circuit. They didn't have cable at that time in Chicago. And we would watch Muhammad Ali fights, and basically that's it. I didn't see the older fights, but that's why I like listening to Kurt. That's how you learn, older things, So, and I appreciate it, because man, you're not going to learn anything by just talking about the same old fighter video after video. There's other fighters out there. There's some great fighters out there. I like, believe it or not, over in the UK, I like Eubanks Jr. Only thing about him, he has to stop rushing in. That's his thing, rushing in. And his father's going to end up getting him hurt. Okay? His father's trying to take over his career, trying to tell him what to do. And I know his father was a good fighter. I understand that. But just because you're a fighter don't make you a good promoter, Floyd. So let Ingles or someone else, take over. Because he can be a great fighter. You know, Billy Joe Saunders beat him, yes, but at the same time, he didn't fight the right fight. You know, he fought with his head and his attitude. He didn't finesse him. You know, would you say, Marcus? I watched the Colin fight along with the fight where the Irish Mike put dude in a coma. Wow. Petra Colin and the other guy are disabled and require total care. Wow. Damn. That is messed up, dude. Wow. Put him in a coma. By a punch in the head, or was it a body shot, or it just was a war? I mean that's crazy, man. Now I have heard someone died in the ring once, or a couple times, but I wasn't familiar with the fighters. But I think this happened a while back, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's why I believe in teaching young fighters and young men, 10, 11, 12, amateurs, prospects, contenders, no, defense, what to protect, you know. Always, they call it holding the phone. Always protect your head and your ear up there, you know, because when they hit you right there, I call it a temple shot. And when they hit you back there in the temple, you know, your legs and everything, you know, it seems like you disabled and you out of it for about 3 or 4 minutes, you know. Some people can, you know, hold till they clear their heads. Some people, you know, that's why it's illegal to hit in the back of the head. Some people think your brain sits in the front of your head. No, your brain is in the back. I try to tell my daughter that when she used to have these headaches. No, your headache is not there. It's not hurting there. It's hurting in the back. You know, so, but yeah, I mean, I enjoy the fights, and I like good fights. I like technical fights. You know, that's why a lot of people think Mikey Garcia is crazy. Oh man, he jumped up 12 pounds, 2 weight classes. I say 1 weight class, but some people say 2. But I say 1. And Mikey knows what he's doing. Mikey knows how to protect himself. Mikey knows how to fight. And Earl is a bigger guy. And Earl, hey, look, Earl gonna think, hey, look, Mikey got into it. He wanted to fight me. He wanted to test himself. Well, here we go. But you might be surprised. Mikey might get him a damn good fight. Yeah. What you say? Irish Mike fight was a war, but Pitcher Corner was getting rabbit punched in the back of the head the whole fight. And the ref was horrible because he didn't step in to prevent it. See, that shit pisses me off. You know how when they clench, hold, whatever you want to call it, and he's still using a free hand hitting in the back of the head. I don't like that shit. Because first off, this is illegal, and the referee should step in, give him a warning. You know, don't take a point away, just give him a warning. Do it again, take a point away. Do it again, take a point away. Because that's serious, man. You know, that's serious, getting hit in the back of the head like that. That's why when fighters get hit in the back of the head, they point to the other fighter, hey, back of the head. You know, that's what Earl Spence was telling Peterson. Peterson hit him in the back of the head twice. Earl Spence was like, hey, back of the head, back of the head. And you know, Peterson was fired out. He was like, man, shut up and fight. So Earl said, okay. Then he just started whopping on the ribs, you know. So, But you know, I'm not gonna hold you, brother, man. I know World Breaker finna come on. I think he said 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30. But I'm not gonna hold you. I just wanted to get that in before everybody get in with another live stream. 478 be coming on, but I'm glad you all had a chance to enjoy talking with me, man. And Kirk, man, we got to get together, man. You know, talk about the Chicago Blues, baby. You know, have you ever been to Chicago Blues room here? We got okay. Oh, the Boston Creek. What's happening, brother? Hey, I'm glad you love my work, fam. Man, hit that like button, man. Marcus, yes, sir. LDBC, baby, all day long, brother. Yeah, let me tell you about this LDBC, man. These brothers are some good group of brothers. You know, first of all, they're gonna tell it like it is. They ain't gonna lie to you, and they will give you a helping hand. You know, I'm a new channel. You know, and they helped me out. They reached out to me. You know, and anytime they said, anytime you need some help with something, which I asked a couple questions, and they answered right away, man. They gave me a couple shout outs and everything. Then my channel started growing, man. And I appreciate every last one of them, man. You know that? You know, I don't know why people hating on them, you know, this and that. All they doing is the right thing, you know, and being equal. You know, hey, if that person get criticized, then that other person, you know, what, his shit don't stink either? He should get criticized just as equally. What's wrong with that? You know? But hey, I hear you, man, and Kirk, man, we can chop it up about Chicago anytime, man. You can find my email address in my description box with my Gmail, Twitter account, and my donation link. So, and you know, my cause is cancer, you know, because I know you heard the story of my family cancer. So, but yeah, we can chop it up, man, about Chicago and everything. I'm glad you stopped there, boxer man. But I'm gonna let it go now, and I will put up another video later on this evening. So, I hope everybody have a good evening, man. And Kurt, you take care, man. I learned a lot from you and Marcus, you know. So, and the Boston Pre, thanks for stopping in, brother. All right. And anytime, oh yeah, we have to talk. Oh yeah. And anytime, man. I try to do a live stream in the mornings. Since CJ, I talked with him, he said he's not gonna be doing any morning live stream. So I went on and took his place in the mornings. So look out for him 7:30 Central Time. All right, brothers. So that's all I got for you. All right. So I catch up with y'all later. All right. Peace and love.